What rights are quietly being eroded? Some rights die in a spotlight, while others die in silence. While we're busy debating headlines and culture wars, the foundation of our freedom is quietly being hollowed out, law by law, state by state. This is not fear mongering, okay? This is actually happening right now. And if we don't start paying attention right now, we may not get many other chances to reverse it. The right to privacy. Okay, so let's start with privacy. It was a right that used to be sacred in America. Today, your every click, your every swipe, your every movement is being tracked. Not just by companies, but by the government. Our government. The Patriot Act gave federal agencies sweeping surveillance powers after 9/11. And most of these powers are still in place. Warrants? Very often skipped. Your phone? It can be searched at the border. Your reproductive data? In some states, it's now called evidence. You did not consent. You probably didn't even know. But that's the point. Erosion happens very slowly until one day, your privacy is gone. Your right to protest. The First Amendment is clear. The right to assemble and speak freely. But in at least 20 U.S. states, protesting can now result in felony charges, loss of voting rights, or massive fines, especially if it disrupts infrastructure, like a road or a pipeline. Peaceful protests have been relabeled as domestic extremism. In Florida, even being near a protest that turns chaotic can get you arrested. You don't even have to be part of it. You just have to be near it. This is how authoritarianism starts. Not with tanks, but with paperwork and fear. Your voting rights. Voting is supposed to be the cornerstone of democracy. Yet millions of eligible Americans are quietly being erased from the rolls, often without notice. In states like Georgia, Arizona, and Texas, aggressive voter purges, ID laws, and closed polling locations target poor and minority communities the hardest. And in 2023, over 360 bills were introduced to state legislature to make voting harder, not easier. The game is not fair, and it's being rigged even further every year. Education and expression. The right to information is under attack too. Books are being banned, not just from schools, but from public libraries. Subjects like slavery, LGBTQ rights, and climate change are all being censored or erased altogether. In some states, teachers are now legally prohibited from discussing certain topics. This isn't just about education. This is about controlling what the next generation is allowed to think. If we lose the right to learn, then we lose the right to resist. What this all means. This is how freedom fades. Not in a blaze, but in a whisper. The erosion of rights is not a legal issue. It's a moral one. Because the more that we accept silence, the more power shifts into the hands of those who already have too much. But here's the good news. Awareness is the first defense. If we can see what's happening, then we can fight back. In courtrooms, in classrooms, and in the ballot box. Next episode, the rights we need to fight for. Subscribe, share, stay aware. I gotta say, this whole thing, this episode is extremely upsetting to me. Please excuse my noise outside every Monday. I live in a big apartment complex, and every Monday the landscapers come and clean up. So please excuse my noise, it takes them all day. And since it's one of my only days off, I have to figure out how to deal with this. But yeah, this is a first part of a 3-part series about our rights. What's disappearing, what we need to fight for. It's... I gotta say that it really kills me to see this happening to my country. Ever since 2020-ish. It seems like the powers that be are determined to take down America. And oh my God, I used to be so proud to be an American. I used to, oh my God, the patriotism that this little girl had when she was a young girl. Oh my God, I love America. But lately, not so much. This is not my America. This is not the America that I grew up in. And I pray to God that we can save it. The No Kings protest, the largest protest ever in American history, did give some hope. It's nice to know that there are a lot of people out there feeling the same way that I do. And we just have to educate ourselves, because they're doing the best they can to keep us in the dark. They're doing the best they can to keep us ignorant. Even the smart ones. We all know that there's a certain amount of people in our country who have a very poor education. And then there's another part that has an okay education. And then there's, it steps up. And they are trying to get as many people at the bottom as they can. So I will not go down without a fight. I will not give up my country without doing anything. I will not sit here in silence and cry every day without doing something. I don't know if it's because I'm Gen X and that's just how we roll, but I mean, I feel like now you've woken up the monster. You should have just let Gen X stay in bed or stay hidden. But now we have to come out of our fucking shadows and fight for our democracy. Because, I guess just because it's our turn, So it's quite strange, being the forgotten generation, the quiet generation, the one who just everybody always looks over. I see a lot of Gen X people out there right now stepping up and saying, no more. No, this is not what we went through our childhood for. This is not what we suffered for. This is not what we put up with all that bullshit for. It's not, and I'm not going to just sit here and do nothing and let it happen. So I am reaching out to every one of you to try and help you connect with me and build a community, because isolation is what they want. As long as they have isolation where you're not talking to anybody and you're just home scared, crying, upset, that's how they win. So it's time that Gen X and everybody else gets up and says, no more. This will not happen to our country. You will not take away America and turn it into whatever the hell bullshit thing that you're trying to turn it into. Your piggy bank, and we're just all your little workers making money for you. Fuck no. Fuck no. The time has come for Americans to rise up and reclaim their rights, their voice, and their country. It's up to us, guys. We have to do it, because they are not going to do it. They're not. So please subscribe and share and stay aware, stay alert, take care of yourself and take care of your neighbors and your friends and the old guy down the street that you don't even know. Check in on him, mow his lawn, help him out. We are a community. Behave like one. All right, so I do have a couple more videos coming up. This is like a 3-part series. The next episode is the rights we need to fight for. What rights look like in other countries. I can't wait to get to that one. So until then, I'll see you guys in the comments. Thank you for everything, your shares, your likes, your comments, your views. You guys are the best. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.